Hey kids, I'm outside, beautiful day. Decided to work on cleaning up my garage a bit, but before that I'm working on some drums. Yeah, just fun to work by myself. So we have this beautiful Taye studio maple drum. I've had this studio maple drum set for a while, but I noticed an issue with it. This tom holder right here kind of cracked. I didn't even notice it, but it wasn't tightening on the drum shell, so it's cracked. And I priced them. The Taye company is no longer, and to find replacements is almost impossible. And the ones that are available are too expensive, kind of crazy price. So I found a lower line Taye kit, same hardware. So same kind of hardware, just a cheaper shell of different wood. I'll show you. So there it is, and this one appears to be in good shape. So really the only thing I have to change is this tom holder, and just put it on here. And I got this for, I think it was half price, $20. So I'll figure out something else for the tom holder to get this one going back in shape, but right now it's just going to be a parts drum. And we'll fix up my studio maple tom, and I can use it on a few gigs. It's a beautiful, beautiful sounding drum. It's got a 14-inch floor. This is a 10-inch tom. And the kick drum is 18, jazz size. So it's pretty busy out here today, surprising. These days pretty quiet. So anyways, I'll show you a little bit of this little repair job. So we don't have to take it totally apart because this is on the rim system. If I could get down in here with screwdrivers I would, but I can't. So we'll take just the 4 lugs out. We'll loosen these though, just so we don't cause stress on the shell. Stubborn little bugger. I don't know if that camera's in the right spot or not. Hopefully it is. whatever. Yeah, this Studio Maple kit are all part of individual black Studio Maple drums that I bought over the years. I bought the bass drum off a friend of mine who passed away recently. So it looks like just 2 screws holding it on there. I just couldn't get in there with it on the tom, so. Ooh, those are short screws. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this. Oops. I'll take this off. Hi. Yeah, it's cracked all the way through in there. And really cracked there. This is fine, but I mean, I don't think there's really anything wrong with the design. But obviously it's too thin there, or like this tom here I was only using in the studio, but I noticed the tom wasn't fitting tight, and it would kind of move a little bit. Didn't even think it was this. I know I didn't over tighten it. I probably bought it like that and didn't notice it. So anyways, so this is a 10-inch tom in the lower line, which is called the Spotlight series. And as you can tell, it's got the same lugs, same tom holder, same rims. They just changed the wood, make it cheaper heads. The heads on this are, well, the bottom one's original. I'll keep that. This top one is absolutely crap. So I'm just going to put the studio one up here, just so I can work. And on the Studio, not Studio Master, Studio Maple. Oops. Drop my key. Studio Maples are beautiful. They have 6 lugs on the top, 6 lugs on the bottom. Whereas the cheaper ones, they always try and, oh, we're going to save money by taking 2 lugs off. So they go 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom. It's really stupid, but a little bit harder to tune with less tuning lugs. Less tuning lugs means a little bit harder tuning, unless you have die-cast rims, then that makes a difference. But with regular rims, definitely always going to be a tuning issue. And thick drum heads on a 10-inch and 8-inch tom are just stupid to me. I don't know. This sounds horrible with it on, and I know it wasn't factory like that. Okay, so there we go. So let's put this down here, put the lugs here. So I mean, it's a beautiful drum. So bearing edges actually feel pretty good. Actually, Taye makes pretty good stuff. I don't know what happened to their company, but I mean the quality is actually pretty good. I have a number of Taye kits and even sold one recently, and I wish I hadn't, but I do love them. Even their cheap drums sound fantastic when you take care of them. Okay, so we'll just make sure the bolt patterns are exactly the same, but pretty sure it's the same. This has slightly longer screws because it's actually going on the wooden shell. The Studio Maples came with the rim system, so the rim system's a little bit thinner. So leave that there. And let's hope this one's good too. Doesn't look like it's stretched or anything, but you never know. Let's take the wing nut off. Yeah, it's really kind of a flawed design, but it doesn't look like there's any cracks, and it doesn't look like it's stressed. So that's all I'm going to do is change this backing plate. I mean, the chrome's better on mine, my main maple one. That is definitely toast. And yeah. So I'm just going to go give this a little cleaning. Follow me. Yeah, it looks alright. See when it's all dry here if there's any pitting, but I don't really have a choice. I'm not spending $100 on a tom holder that is probably $4 to make. And if this is one of the issues with it, I don't really want to keep replacing it with one that's going to have this flaw, which is basically what I'm doing right now. Flaw is not relevant right now on here. I don't know if relevant's the right word, but well, let's see how good it is compared to the other one, but like I say, I don't really have a choice. Chrome is vibrant, so that's a good sign. We'll compare the two outside. Alrighty. So we're going to compare the two. Now, there's a finger here. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Probably just help keep it in place, but this one's broken. So that's another issue. Chrome-wise, this one's marked up just a bit. It's got a mark there too. Might be able to buff that out. And this one is, the finish is actually mint on the broken one, pretty much. But I don't really have a choice. So now we'll mount this one back on here. for the best. Actually, before I do that, get rid of this. Actually, I'll flip it. Be a table. Gotta get the screw in the back here. There we are. I see it just locks in there. Oh, that's a pretty slick idea. I don't know if you see that. It's pretty slick. Square hole for the square part of this. So that's pretty cool, actually. There. So it locks in place. And then this rubber thing holds the screw from going out or falling out of the hole. That's pretty cool. That's a good idea, really. Once the hole strips, then you're kind of screwed. But okay. Dropped one screw. Yeah. Okay. Get this washer in here. I have the shakes. All my videos you see my hands shaking. Been like that since I was a kid. Okay. Snug these down. Just make sure it's straight. I think that's the right way. I believe that's the right way. I should have made note of that. We'll find out when we mount it on the tom bracket. Easy to change back anyways. Okay. So we'll put the little door in. Got two. Okay, it seems to be right now. Just make sure it's straight. Okay. Alrighty. It should be golden to put this back on. So this is a rim system. Most of us old drummers know it as the rim, R-I-M-S system. It was sold to other companies after. One of the better inventions for drums. What happens is the drum is just held through these grommets and it kind of floats. So nothing is tightening down on the shell itself. And what it does is just increase the sound of the drum's resonance. Boy, this one's hard to see those. Now normally I would grease the threads on this, but they are already greased from a previous skin change, so As everybody knows, I'm always doing that with these drums. I'm not a big fan of the rim system on all my drums. I think it's kind of ugly. And the other thing is, you can have all this fancy stuff on your drums, but if your sound guy sucks, you can have a beautiful kit sounding like shit anyway. So I prefer the look without it, but I'm not complaining when I get it, because if I buy a set of drums and it's got it on the drums, it's a bonus. They used to be quite expensive. You know, obviously as they mass produced them and sold them to other companies, it just they made their money, and the prices went down somewhat. So now we just kind of tune the drum. Get the wrinkles out a little bit. I just help my student with her kit, just to show her how to tune them. That's a little foobarred. What's this one? Kind of the same thing. It's unusual. They put a little grease on that. Looks like there's some friction there. So there we go. We have a tom mount, and let's hope it holds. Say I don't use this kit live too much. And this extra tom that I bought, that'll be tighten this down a little bit. Back off these a little bit. I don't like the way the skin's sitting on there. It's an older skin. Sitting. Definitely needs a head. See how that changes pitch when you push on it? Skin sticks on the edge sometimes. And then all of a sudden it sits in and the tone starts to come back. Factory heads suck. Really touchy. I like that one, but I never like factory heads. They always give you the shitty ones. And unfortunately, all the kits I have, I don't change the bottom factory heads, but they're crucial to get a good sound. There we go. Now let's get this. Yeah, this top head sucks. I don't like it at all. Back it right off. Start from the bottom up. It's just old, used. I go through these drum heads. The amount of playing I do on these, they get worn out pretty quick. So I'm gonna loosen it all off. Try it a little bit different. This side, the seat a little differently. Get the wrinkles out, but this head is toast, you can tell. Better. A little bit. Normally I have these tunes, jazz tunings, which is fairly high. But there ain't no help in this head. Yeah, she's toast. Yeah, too high for my liking right now. third flaw on that. So these two will not tune properly. It's because the skin's toast. Ends up bringing the pitches of the other ones up. You don't want that. Pretty good. Good enough headshot anyway, so. And I know I don't have any improvers for that one. And this one, we're just going to leave the tom holder off because while I put it on, I'm going to try and find something that matches the hole pattern and see if we can replace it with something. This drum is never going to be anything but a spare, but I've got lots of extra bass drum and floor tom stuff and can make a Frankenstein kit out of it. I love playing Frankenstein kits. So you can tell this drum has not been cleaned ever. Bearing edges are still the raw wood. I usually coat them. So I'll take this drum apart and coat it all, and it'll sound 100 times better. Well, maybe not 100 times, but a lot better. Well, did the same mistake. Forgot, that bolt's got to go in first. Are you bored yet? Yeah, time consuming, especially when I'm keep screwing up here. That's got to go in first. Then we'll lock it down with the screws, and then we'll be fine. Kind of did that wrong. But my Studio Maple Taye kit is actually a nice sounding kit. I'm going to switch it to coated heads, and the bass drum, it's in need of a batter head, and so I don't have the Studio Maple snare because I have tons of snares, and like I say, I bought the kit all in pieces individually, not from a already established kit. I just kind of made one up. So looking for another floor tom, a bigger floor tom, 16 to go with it, so I have double floors. I don't know what that head is, but it's got a muffle. Oh, I see. Is that Studio? I don't know, that Power Stroke maybe? I don't use Power Strokes because this Mylar seems really, really thick. And it just makes this drum sound like crap. So, it's unusual to have the tag where the tom holder is. That's kind of goofy, I guess. Or maybe not. What do I know? So that's in need of a head. So 2 10-inch drum heads. I'll pick them up later today, maybe. And I'll just put the tom holder up on top. No use worrying about tuning this because this one is toast. It'll never tune anyways. Could probably eat cereal out of this. I'm not sure what I did with my drum key. Must be in my lap pocket. There we go. God forbid it be in the drum. So this tie kit, or tie tom, will be a spare. Like I say, all the lugs are the same. I like tie drums. I've got 3 tie kits right now, I believe. And I have no complaints except for this one failure on the tom holder that I didn't even notice. And I can't weld that. I can't fill it in. But I don't know. I might figure out something to make it functional. We'll MacGyver it up. See, look at the dents in this. Like, what the hell are you hitting it with, a hammer? That's crazy. So, like I say, that'll never tune up at all. So we'll put that one in my stash of goodies. My garage is a mess right now. Let me turn on some lights. I have my exercise machine buried by band gear right now. And I'm working on stuff here. So we'll put this right here. And work on it later. Got some other drums here. Work on. It's a beautiful maple pearl kit that I had years ago. Decided I'm going to rewrap it. Anyways, thanks for watching.